Hello, I'm going to be showcasing an issue that I think many new programmers run into with dealing with JavaFX. An issue commonly run into is the JavaFX windows not responding, and it can be a pretty difficult issue to deal with because it's not explicitly clear what's causing it. So let me give an example. If I run this JavaFX program, it runs all fine and dandy, responds very well, but when I click the button high, all of a sudden I can't resize anything. If I try to X out, nothing's happening. It's just not responding. And you have to use your IDE to stop it. So, what is the issue here? It's a very simple program. How am I running into this? Well, it's actually the loop here. And it doesn't have to be a loop. Your program might have something else. And it's just anything that's making your program, uh, it, it makes the program unable to terminate the loop or whatever it is fast. So you could remove this or remove this loop here. But what if your loop is very important, right? Sometimes you just can't do that. So something you can do is we can just create a new thread. Actually, I would probably actually, yeah, we can do it like this. I would create a new thread like this. And what is a thread if you don't know what it is? It is something that will run your program, but it will take turns running it, if that makes sense. So it'll switch between your other programs. So we're going to just put the loop back here while true. Start. Okay. It took some finagling, but I got it to work. So we structure it like this. So the new thread starts here, and you put just start. Okay. And if we run this now, and if I click and let's just resize it to show it's responding and stuff. So I have the maximum height, so it's not moving past that. So if I click that, if I click the button now, as you can see, it runs perfectly fine now. So I think this is important to note. And let's, just to show it's working, let's make it do something. So I'm just going to print H. Okay? And when I print that, I click this, we can now see it's printing, and I'm able to do things. So it completely fixed the issue. Okay? Completely. As you can see, this is still running even though I closed the window. So something I would recommend you to do to close all your programs is I would do set on close request. So this is checking if the primary stage is active. If it's so we're going to use a lambda statement here, and we're just going to do system or system.exit, and we'll put code 0. So what that will do is when we exit the window, it closes the program and all the threads. So that's something I would do. So another example is you might not even have a loop. And again, you don't have to put all your threads or all your loops into threads. It's just loops that are struggling to terminate. Since this goes on forever, it's going to never terminate, and it's going to freeze up the windows. For example, like if I do for like while or loop is 10. Okay, so this isn't even set on the into the button. So it's just going to run when I launch the program. Okay, if I do that and I run it, and it's not in a thread, there's no freezing up issues because it terminated quickly. So just keep that in mind. So again, it might not be a loop that's causing your problem. It can be anything that's having it struggle to terminate. So for example, it could be a statement like this, right? I'm going to just surround this with try and catch. And I will surround that with try catch. Okay, so what is this doing? This would also need to be in a thread because, or this would need to, because the accept method here is, it's going to freeze up your program because your program will wait right here until it gets a signal. So if I take this out of a thread here and I launch this and I press the button, as you can see, it's frozen again. I'm trying to cancel the program and it's just not responding. But if I undo those actions and I launch it again and I press the button, everything's fine. So again, it's anything that struggles to terminate immediately, you got to put it into a thread. And once again, what is a thread? A thread is something that if it's not, a thread will jump between other processes. So it's not linear. So it will take turns. Maybe after like 20 lines of code, it switches to a different part of your program. And then after that runs a little bit, it resumes. So it swaps turns. And that is why it's not freezing, because it's taking turns. Now, something you should know about threads is, say we want to add a new button. So we have a pane, or we want to update a JavaFX window, right? So we are going to add a new button. New button H. It's just going to say H. Actually, how about we say new button? And we run that. It's in a thread, so it's not going to hurt, right? Oh, now this is weird. We just got an error. And it's line 26. So what is this? So this is how do you fix something like this? So if you want to update a JavaFX window within a thread, you got to do platform dot run later. Sorry, you use this here. And now, if we run the statement, press it, now we get a new button. So that is something you should know, that if you're trying to update anything JavaFX related in a thread, you got to use this statement here. So anyways, I hope that helped. Take care and happy programming.